Yeah, Stefan, if you could just start by telling us a little bit what you saw, especially early on. It seemed like even though you guys had a fair amount of possession, that the crew were really the team that were imposing the game onto you guys.
Yeah, it's one of our worst halves of the season at the worst time for us. I think it took us a long time to find a way into the game. We may had some spells of possession, but they were meaningless. Really, we weren't really doing much with it. I think our best couple of spells in the first half were actually long balls, a very direct style there. But other than that, definitely a half to forget. Unfortunately, we already find ourselves down 2-0 at that point. So, I think we came out a little better in the second half. Weren't able to find a goal that could have opened up things, but we weren't the better team today, and deservedly they won.
Our next question goes to Jada, followed by Matt. Jada.
Hi, Steph. Thanks for taking a question. Brian was kind of succinct. He called it a failure. What do you, I know it's very early, but how do you kind of maybe sum up this everything from today?
Yeah, certainly not a success. So I'd have to agree with him on that. Again, on one side, you're not sitting here now saying, oh, we should have won, because we definitely shouldn't have won. On the other side, you wish we would have played up to our potential, or at least somewhat close to it, because it's a massive opportunity to go back to back, which happens very, very rarely. It happens very rarely that you find yourself in situations to win the big one. So who knows if we'll ever make it back, right? It's a massive squandered opportunity for us, and all credit to them. They played a good game. They were hungry. It's been a messed up year for everybody, every team. If one team thinks that it's been hard, like if we say it's been hard for us, it's been hard for them. It's been hard for everybody. I think you got to earn everything. Nothing's for free. And today it just took us way too long to find our way into the game and earn ourselves a win.
Next question goes to Matt, followed by Nico. Matt.
Hey, Steph, you guys are coming off a big comeback on Monday, and there were a lot of guys talking about how there was just a sense within the group that you were always going to find a way to battle back. I was wondering if it felt different tonight than it did against Minnesota. It just felt like you guys maybe didn't have quite that same spark, even whenever you were behind against Minnesota.
I mean, two completely different games. I think against Minnesota, we were in control the whole game. If you look at this first half, we were never in control. So it's a completely different game, completely different feeling. Deservedly down 2-0, really. Not a good first half. With that being said, still an opportunity to maybe find a goal early on in the second half, and the game may open up. Like I said, unfortunately, we're never able to do that. And then at some point, when you start moving pieces around and you leave yourself exposed in the back because you're pushing up front, the third one's going to come. So, whether it was 2-0 or 3-0, doesn't really matter in the end. It's just that first half is one to right now forget. But maybe in the long term, when we look back at it, one to figure out why it happened would be a nice thing.
Next question goes to Nico, followed by Maspita, followed by Jeremiah. Nico?
Thank you. Steph, I'm just curious to see what you saw from your position in terms of the team defensively. It seemed like throughout the playoffs, you guys have done a good job at staying organized, staying compact, staying in shape. And tonight, especially in the first half, that didn't seem to be the case, especially in the round of play. So I kind of wanted to get your thoughts on that.
Honestly, I don't know. I wish I had the answer. I thought we were, I don't know, maybe just, again, like I said, I don't think we found a way into the game, and they kind of, overran us almost a little bit. I think they were hungry in the first half. They were opportunistic. with the first goal, for example, it's an early cross. It's asking questions with crosses. It's asking questions with dangerous runs on the back stick. It's just it was a daring first half on there, and it paid off. And we just weren't, for some reason, weren't ready for that. Like I said, I don't have the answer for it. I wish after we dodged a couple of bullets early on, we would have woken up a little bit and would have been able to find our way into the game, but we didn't, and we got punished. And it's difficult, obviously, to climb out of a hole at that point. That was the game.
Our next question goes to Mastita, followed by Jeremiah. Mastita?
Yeah, thanks. Hey, Steph. How long do you stay with the loss, and how long do you stay here?
I'm trying to forget about it at some point, but it sucks. It's gonna, again, it's a squandered opportunity. I feel like for some weird reason, I've been myself blessed to have so many opportunities to win these trophies. There's players in the world that are 50 million times better than I am, and they never get these opportunities to win big trophies. And so it sucks because the stars have to align for anybody to find themselves in a position to achieve something big. We've achieved some stuff here and there. It's great, but you also don't forget the ones that went through your fingers. So it's gonna suck. The thing that right now is the saving grace is we didn't deserve it today. Again, if I would sit here and say that, we made one mistake, I made one mistake, and we had a really good game other than that, and we should have won, then it'd be even more frustrating. Right now, that's all I can say is we did not deserve to win today, and that's what happened.
Next question goes to Jeremiah, followed by Jada, followed by Matt. Jeremiah?
Yeah, is there anything that you feel like you just need to do in the off season at this point? Is it just putting this aside, or do you want this to sting, and are you able to use this next year potentially?
Yeah, you always want to reflect and try to correct mistakes, whether it is actual situational things that we could have done better, or attitude in games, or whatever. You want to see if there's something that we could pick up and maybe use to be more successful in the future, for sure. What do I need personally? I just need some time with my family. It's been a really draining season, and I'm not just talking about the football, obviously with the pandemic going on, and also other very, very important issues this year for social justice. It's been very draining, and so it's I just need to recharge the batteries a little bit if possible, and then stay safe. That's the other thing too. This is I find it trivial almost, and I'm a bit embarrassed to have to talk about how disappointed I am in not winning a trophy. There's people that lost their lives this year, and people that are still fighting. So let's not forget about the first responders, the workers, the people that are out there in hospitals helping everybody. Thank you for your work. Everybody keep please wearing masks, because we're not out of this yet. There's a little light at the end of the tunnel, but that's the other thing, right? You can't just now turn off completely. There's still a pandemic going on, but I just need some time with my family.
Last two questions. Jada, followed by Matt. Jada?
And Steph, yeah, to understand just a little bit, does this kind of, because you've been in the finals before and have lost one before too, so does that make it a little bit easier to stomach because of the fact that you believe that you, like you said, you didn't deserve it? Is this one, even though if you sit with it for a little bit, though, you feel like you didn't deserve it, so therefore you might be able to move on a little bit easier?
I mean, that's what I'm telling myself right now, right? You're looking for ways to get through this 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 crappy result, and that's what I'm going to stick with. But no, it's a squandered opportunity, 4 chances and we're 50%. It's great and all, but still, it's still 2 missed opportunities. Like I said, our careers are short, and this season in particular, it seemed like it was going to be a wash. Who knew whether we were going to be able to finish it to begin with, So for us to be able to put together a strong season and find ourselves in a position to find something positive and reward ourselves with something positive, it was an opportunity. I think when all is said and done, we're happy that we won a trophy. We're sad that we didn't win the big one.
And last question goes to Matt. Matt?
Steph, you mentioned wanting to kind of look back and figure out what happened tonight, and Schmidt said something similar about just taking lessons and making sure that something like this doesn't happen again. And I was thinking back to in 2017 when you guys kind of lost in similar fashion. What did you take from that initial loss that has maybe propelled you guys forward in a way that maybe you guys can do again?
It's too early to really, say what. I think in 17, what we learned was how difficult it was to have a good season, after winning the whole thing. There's a target, everybody says there's a target on your back. I think over the last few years as a Sounder, you get more and more of a target regardless. But 17 maybe taught us how to deal with that a little better. I don't know. You still have to come through at the end. If you make it to the final, it's great and all, but nobody's going to remember the finalist. Only going to remember the champion. So I don't know what we will learn from it. Hopefully something, because you don't want to repeat the same mistakes. I don't know. It's too early to tell you. I'll get back to you when we figure it out.